It is the 6th of May, 2026. The Assistant U.S. Attorney Elliot McClain told John who to say. He said, John, what we dealing with here is serial killers. These people work for NASA, NSA, signed the military. They're serial killers. These people really believe that they're not going to receive 3 bogus motions. We're going to give them a story that they can't work around even if they had their DICKs in their mouth for 20 years. And they're going to be so pissed off, they're going to force some voluntary moves on Charles until they murder him. First, they're going to murder his baby brother, James Tyrone, on January 22nd, 2005. Then his mother, Revelation 12:5, on October the 1st through the 6th, 2011, the Day of Atonement. Then his sister Bernice Brown, and then Frederick Douglass Brown at 372 Ward Avenue, Schenectady, New York. And we know that these white boys love killing whoever they can. They don't mind killing somebody, blowing up buildings, creating weapons, neuroscience, striking the nervous system, and forcing involuntary movements, trying to plant thoughts and trying to steal thoughts, freeze thoughts, striking in your testicles and your penis, and putting in the hole of your penis, forcing your urine in your stool. They say, we are neuroscientists and we have created a new weapon. We can now work on the nervous system and the spinal cord and the brain. We can trick any judge in the world. No judge in the Supreme Court can outwit the scientists, NSA, and NASA, and the military. We have a new system. We're going to call it the KKK new system, or the oligarchy with the white boys. And everybody's going to be able to kill every black person they want and kidnap and rape the women at will. This is what we're going to do. We're going to trick Judge Brooks Smith in the case 90.1. We know it's an emergency, 9/11. And then when the tires fall, they're not going to know what happened. Neither will we. We won't be able to understand it. And boom, it happened in New York City. Charles was sitting in the crane, as the Holy Bible said, watching the book and the film, all in action, recorded live in Rainy Scales in the East West Coast Cartel. Reporting the world's music master from 103.4 JAZZ International Music, Aliquippa and Gone Worldwide. December the 1st through the 7th, 1989, the DEA, they planned the raid. We're going into Quip Town where they get down. We're going to be able to set Jeffrey Baldwin up. We're going to be able to set Coach Jackie Sherrill up. Hugh Green, Ricky Jackson, Bill Neal Ruskin, Randy McMillan, Jimbo Colwood, Mark Bailey, and his dad, FBI Bailey from King of Prussia. We're going to be able to delude FBI Walter Weiner and FBI Gina Bland, because we don't want them in the court because we can't tell our story like we want it to be told. We can't commit perjury or subordination of perjury. And DA and John Goodman said that's what these white boys going to do. I should sing a song with you talking about white boy, what you got planned next. Got the heart attack gun. It's coming in the West. They make all type of weapons and they sell it to other people. You got all the North and the Contras. You got all these schemes and scamming when they came over with the Portuguese in 1550 to 1950. Act 7-6 was complete. And all the Africans said they had us 4 years enslaved and oppressed, and now we call it Juneteenth. Now we call it Juneteenth. And in Pittsburgh, we got a new plan. Assistant U.S. Attorney Elliot McClain said these white boys think we don't know what they're doing. They think we don't know what neuroscience studies the brain, the nervous system, and the spinal cord, and they want to try to collect money for Parkinson. And as soon as they get that money and buy their houses, they're going to go buy them a Benz and try to be like the Germans. And they're going to tell people we got all the money we need now. We can stop. We can go to another scam. We'll call it, let's call it neuropathy. Let's call it neuroscience. And now we got this new scam coming out to 1750 to 1850. We ain't gonna tell the people that after 1950. We're gonna say they got a warning label on the cigarettes. Don't smoke this, or you can cause yourself to have cancer. And then we'll induce cancer. Chris Doman said they're gonna say I got brain cancer and I'm gonna die. And I want you to take my wife, Tony, that we already discussed it at the Country Club of the South, and move into Ethiopia and build the $5 million home and build you and Linda's home next to it. I don't care what they say. I'm Chris Doman. They can't trick me and change my mind. I could break into Homeland Security and work for them. They won't even know what hit them. They say they want me to work on the stadium. You really think the Coach Jackie Show gonna believe they tricked me? Or you think they believe Mark May gonna believe that they tricked me? You got Lou Holtz and East Liverpool Howard. He knew about the scam. He told Coach Pospazio, Notre Dame and John Hudasak knows the tricks of the white boys in the North American government. Coach Adokowski said, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And that's what he told Roosevelt and Manuel Kirby. Roosevelt and Manuel Kirby know the government's trick because he was in the military working in the arms. And he said, you see the way the JFK fell while he was in that car? I'm an arms specialist. I can tell you what way you fall when you get hit a certain way with a bullet. I know firearms. That's why they wanted me to be a specialist in the military. And I take military officers where they need to go. And I was in charge of some other soldiers. And I know how God works. And I know my $35 million endowment for my book and my film cannot be ruined by no white boy, no government. Yeah, he wants me to say I went in the military. He wants me to say I didn't have the longest shot in the WBI military history. He wants me to say that Norman Allen didn't play on the state championship in 1965. He wants me to say that Sammy Hill won the first MVP in the round ball classic. That's what the white boy want. He want to alter your mind, plant thoughts, and strike, and force involuntary movements. The KK way, yeah, the KK way. He wants Linda L Montgomery to say I never was married June 29, 1985, and I don't even know who he is. I don't even know who my daddy is, W2 William Montgomery, and my husband called him Mont, M-O-N-T. I didn't know what he was talking about, and my dad called him Chuck-a-Luck, and he said when the white boys kidnap you, you're going to see what they do. They get devices that can force involuntary movement, press down on your muscle mass while they play with their DICKs in their mouth. But they know if they mess with WTO with 163 Lady Avenue, Camelot, they get shot right in their face. So they ain't coming over here with that white boy bullshit. And you take your bitch ass into Afghanistan, you're going to run while you got a DICK up your ass tomorrow. Run! 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 Here they come! Run! Run! Run, run, run!